William, this has been an interesting journey because this journey almost never happened. You remember at the beginning, you were just sort of like, do I do a welter, do I do a cruiser, do I do a welter, do I do a cruiser? I'm like, do both.
This is true, so I'm doing both.
And right now, you're at the number one position in the division that you probably didn't think you were going to do too well in.
These guys are good. What am I going to do? I got lucky. It's all luck.
So Mr. Faison, who's going to be doing color commentary, is telling me that he's a member of Squad.
Squad. That's it, baby. Squad all day. That's how we do.
Squad all day, Squad over here. I'm sure some of the members are going to be hanging out here eventually. So your thoughts on this matchup?
I've seen them. We've bowled a lot of other people together that, I was been wondering when we were going to bowl. So it's a good bowler, so see what happens. Throw the ball and pins will fall. They may not.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
It's actually an interesting matchup because the person that's doing color commentary is a member of his team, and you, of course, are a member of mine.
Also. Yeah, the gentleman we bowl, I bowled him my last match, I believe. Yeah, that was an interesting match as well. So it's going to be fun.
So basically, from what I've been hearing about this house, you're either going to strike or leave a lot of corner pins.
Yeah, I heard the same. Never bowled here, but we'll see what happens.
So any thoughts, any shout-outs, anything you want to say before the match?
Nothing much. Good luck. It's going to be a fun match. And yes, I've been waiting for this for quite a bit as well. Pulling this sandbagger over here.
Oh, sandbagger.
Okay, no problem. We'll see what happens. Numbers will show.
I was going to say, no sandbagging here, number one and number two. I don't think either of them are going to be sandbagging for the next 7 games of their lives at this point. So I wish both of the best of luck. I know if you win, there's a shot that you're going to see Troy Gafkin, someone from New Jersey that you're very familiar with. If you win, there's a shot you're going to see Carlos Jimenez for the title, and that's someone that I know that you're very familiar with.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not current former, but hopefully soon to be one day, in his mind, current Northeast Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, this is right here, Sean Dyke, a.k.a. the voice of choice. If you heard my last commentary stint when I was commentating the heavyweight match, that is the new tag, voice of choice. And, yep, look forward to holding the Cruiserweight title. I'm going for the heavyweight title as well now.
That is true. You did qualify for both. I wish you good luck on that, sir.
Thank you. As well as the tag team title. Shout out to my boy Sticks. Again, qualified at Last Man Standing. Can't stay under the radar when you shoot like that. So let's hope he definitely makes his way through all the list contingents. And speaking of 2 contingents, we got 2 contenders right here. One after today can be number 1 contender for the Northeast Cruiserweight title.
And whoever wins this match will go up in December against the winner of your current Cruiserweight champion, Carlos Jimenez, as he's defending against, right now, the number 1 contender, Troy Gafkin from All In.
Yeah. All in. Shout out to both those guys. Yeah, shout out to both of them. Great guys on and off the lane. That should be a good old straight-up fun match. Whoever wins definitely is going to deserve the belt. And I look forward to seeing what happens there and what happens after this match. I got a little bit of a vested interest. My teammate right now representing the Suicide, let me get it right, Squad. Yeah, the Squad is here, all day, every day. And a guy that you may be familiar with, GB4L is what you told me?
GB4L, Good Brothers for Life. That bowler's name is Jay Kim. He is part of the Good Brothers, and, of course, that is the same club that I am part of.
That's right. So right now we have 2 perspectives. So bias versus bias makes an unbiased, one unbiased person. But by fusion means we are both unbiased by us being biased. So there you go.
We're biasly unbiased.
We're biasly unbiased, to say the least.
And right now we're just starting game 1 of this Cruiserweight matchup. This is the number 1 contenders match. And right now Wahnon has the early lead because he has made a 10-pin and J. Kim has not.
So here in Long Island, here in most of the Maple Fun houses, be at Farmingdale and all the different houses like Rockville, they're either known as Carry Fest based on how well you throw it, or they are known as tap houses. This reminds me a lot of jib lanes. Those who bowl in New York, those who bowl at jib know what I'm talking about. You will be tapping like a drunk man. They will think your bowling shoes are tap shoes. You could either hit all day or you could tap all day.
Tapping means, of course, that you're going to hit everything, but you're going to leave corner pins all day long, which means your spare shooting better be really, really good this match. Right now, Jay Kim, 50% on the spare shooting. William Wahnon, 100%. No strikes. Nothing but 10 pins so far.
Yeah, angle is very important, especially here.
AOE, angle of entry.
Yes, angle of entry. You need a good angle of entry in these houses, because if you do not have that good angle of entry, you will not give the 10 pin a chance to fall. It will stand up and fight for its rights. And great angle on Will's shot as he walks it out and he bops out a little bit right there. Squad up right now.
Part of a little swagger, which I don't blame him because he's the first person to get a strike, and part of that is he's got something in the his earbuds.
Oh yeah, we got a little soundtrack, a little walk it out soundtrack. Sometimes you need something to help you walk out a couple of good shots, and you got to stay in rhythm. No rhythm, then no chance. You got to have a rhythm. You got to give yourself a reason to dance.
What's your favorite dancing music?
Anything that sounds good at the moment. A little bit of hip hop. A little circle DMX if I want to get aggressive. Since I'm a wrestling fan, if I want to hear a little bit of rock, I'll hear a couple of wrestling themes. Get me in character. But other than that, I don't like to bowl with music in my head. I bowl with I'll think about the match and maybe put some music in my ear before I get there. But I don't like to have anything in my ear during the match.
Right now, Jay Kim is looking for his first strike. That ball needs to hook up a little bit. It does.
Definitely. Great shot by Jay. I know we're talking a lot about what we like to do in music. I don't want to take away from these guys' performance. They got here for a reason. They got here because of great shooting. They've traveled, they've bowled, they've conquered, and now they're trying to conquer each other in the lanes. Jay Kim, being in the lanes with him, likes to play from the inside, still swings up the boards, nothing too eccentric. He'll spot a target, very meticulous in the target he chooses. He likes to hit his target consistently. And right there, he's right there on target right there, and he sees that he has to give that ball a lot of angle. He learned from his first two shots. He will not make many mistakes. Same goes for Will Wahnon.
If you want to give Jay Kim an advantage over Will, at least at the beginning, I think Jay is lightning quick in terms of making the necessary adjustments, whether it's playing offense or playing defense for that matter. Jay's really good at making the adjustments. Wahnon, however, from what I've seen, is the better spare shooter over Jay. That being said, he just leaves double wood.
Yeah, definitely. Thus the name Turbo. I'm pretty sure that's why he has the name Turbo, because he sees it rather quick. But just like my teammate's name, the Pitbull, once he gets locked, circle locked jaw, he's not going to let go. So right now he's chasing down Turbo, and hopefully he's going to sink his teeth in him, especially if he wants to get past him for this match. As he attacks the 2-8, and I think he's going to convert that. Yes, he is. Very good.
Nice conversion.
Nice conversion indeed.
Neither club is a stranger to holding World Championship Series gold. I'm chatting with someone from Squad that has held the Cruiserweight title. Good Brothers, on the other hand, have held both the Heavyweight and the Vixens titles, and Tag Team has gotten to the title match. The one thing that the Good Brothers have never had is a Northeast Cruiserweight champion, though. So that would be their first title in that category should Jay win this one and the next one.
Were you there for that potential tag team run?
You could say I was even participating in it. Oh, just a bit outside. Ironically, or amazingly enough, gets himself out of trouble. Only leaves the 1-2.
Yeah, gets a little loan forgiveness on that. He loaned a little too much loft, and he got forgiven with an 8 count that could have potentially been 6.
Could have been 6, and it certainly could have been 6 with the 7 and the 10 pin going and saying hello.
Exactly. No Sully cams here. Well,
as of right now.
And none of us.
That ball's got a hook. Oh, it does.
Oh yeah, definitely. He got under that ball. He realized what he did wrong the first ball. Another bowler who rarely makes the same mistake twice.
No, Wahnon is also very good at adjusting. That's one of the reasons why he's here. It's one of the things that I've said a number of times in terms of the WCS matchups. All you have to do is beat the people that are laid out in front of you. You don't necessarily have to be the best bowler in the world. You just have to beat the people that are in front of you. Wahnon, again, just hovering between deciding to be in cruiserweight or welterweight and then deciding to go both. Sometimes it's just who you face and if you can beat them. That's one of the reasons why anybody can win this.
Yeah,
Anybody can get up to the list.
you're right. It's all about the match. A good matchup sometimes can get you all the way up. And all the way up his line, he gets bangs out 10 right there.
J. Kim figuring out really, really quickly the way swinging it out right now is just going to leave 10 pins. So at this particular moment, he's bearing the ball down and in. That seems to work. Wahnon is swinging the ball out a little bit, but he's got the speed, or shall I say lack of speed, that will set the ball in quickly. As you've said before, angle O entry, AOE.
Definitely. He likes to, stay behind the ball, stroke his shot. He's not going to put any extra speed that he doesn't need. He doesn't have a need for speed. Some bowlers have a need for speed. But he doesn't mind drifting a little bit. There goes my references for Fast and Furious.
J. Kim again, not swinging it out, keeping it down and in, high and tight. That's working right now. 4-bagger for J. Kim. And right now he's taking the lead on this match. He was down 21. He's now up.
Yeah, Turbo likes to start working quick. But one thing that both bowlers have to look out for is for potential breakdown. Farmingdale, even though it has a great shot, the shots here, they treat their lanes very well.
I've bowled in Long Island more than one occasion, and you're absolutely right. There's a lot of carry down, and you are going to have to make adjustments. Lanes are not going to stay like this all match.
Yes, I like to call it OOD, oil on delivery. You can definitely get some oil on delivery in the long run. So let's just see how that goes. One thing about both their styles, especially for Will's style, you see where he plays from. He definitely will deliver some oil to you, and he'll definitely carry some oil down. So let's see how that comes into play for both of their games later on in the stretch.
Well, the holidays are coming up. You could be setting some oil on delivery. Now can he make a spare on delivery? Yes, he can.
Well, if certain delivery companies can't say their names, but if they're delivering the oil, then it may never get to you in time. But in these guys' case, they work a little quicker than certain companies.
We will not mention said companies because neither of us wish to get sued.
Oh no, sued? No. Oh yeah, we had to be quiet to appreciate the beauty of that shot. It's pretty in pink. It was pretty in pink.
Looks like a ball change here. He's taking one of his balls off the rack. So I don't think he used that pink ball as a strike ball before, so it does look like a ball change. Turbo right now looks like he's keeping the same ball, and there's no reason why he's not right now. He's currently up by 13, looking to add to 23 to that.
Yeah, he's definitely staying on that line that you mentioned before, and he's sticking with the same piece. That piece is giving him the look. Will making a wise ball change, as I alluded to before. They pay attention. They pay attention to the lanes. They understand what the lanes are giving them, and they understand when it's time to look for a new piece and a new look. It is shot by shot, frame by frame, and game by game. But also, it's decision by decision. Every decision you make, you have to stick with it. He sticks with his shot, and that's why he has a 4.
He's up by 25 right now, and he's on 5 in a row.
Yeah, five in a row right now. Actually, a 5-bagger. A ham bone plus an extra slice.
Yahtzee.
Exactly, a little bit of Yahtzee, or as you called it before, a
Connect 4 plus 1.
Connect 4 plus 1, a.k.a. the bonus.
The bonus.
The bonus.
We'd like to say hi to everybody that's just joined us. Hello, Ray, Charlene, Darius, Travis. Right now, you are watching Game 1 of a Best of 7. This is the number 1 Cruiserweight matchup contender for the Northeast. Winner gets a title shot in December.
Oh, sorry, a little distracting out here. A lot of chatter.
Got some chatter on the side, but this is the UBA. That's how you like it.
Yeah, UBA all day.
Yep.
What I'm saying? So Jay right now giving a little wipe, making sure he's taking some of that oil off, and because it's a marathon, not a sprint.
It's definitely not a sprint. Also, he noticed that there was an open bullet to the right of him. He smartly reset, and let's see if he can make it 6 in a row right here.
All right, takes his time on the approach, releases. That's a little out. That's gonna come in. Yep, exactly. He leaked out a little bit, didn't get a chance to finish his shot, and he realized it. That's why he popped up
Yeah, he wasn't very happy with it. He saw the ball, and you're right, it sneaked out to the outside. And that's why he put the ball the first 2 frames, and he went 10-pin. Now, he's been 1 for 2 on making the 10-pin.
Yeah, as a bowler, I know, likes to say, you got to make these free throws, Haas. So let's see if he takes his time at the line.
He sure will. That ball looks good. It is.
Very good. And swish, very good. As I alluded to before, marathon, not a sprint. And speaking of racing analogies, the team relay of the Northeast will be coming up at Laurel Lanes, coming up this month, November 24th, I believe?
Yes, sir. Sunday, November 24th.
So if you feel you got the crew, then make it do what it do and show up with your team and see if you guys can run the race.
Absolutely. That's always fun. This is pretty much has to be a must strike here, and that is anything but 610.
Yeah, really fighting hard to try to get this game, but at this point, there's positive and negative in this point, and me being in this situation before. You have work to do in the first game. You could potentially win depending what the bowler does, but since you have room and you know it's not going to be the last game, relax, find your release, find yourself, chase your mechanics. As another great bowler I listen to always tells me, chase your mechanics at this point and just get back into your rhythm and see what happens on the next game. You know, just round by round.
Yeah, well, and I said it's almost a must-have because he could have closed the gap to within 4 of Jay. Instead, it is a 24-point lead. Jay Kim is here. Here's Williams' 9th frame. That pretty much had to be a strike, and there it is. Now, the best William Wahnon can do in this situation is a 224. However, if Jay Kim goes Dutch, that's a 228. So the only way, so Williams got to get into this match via a strike, and he needs an open by Jay. If Jay goes clean, and assuming he gets good count, he's going to take the first game of this match 1-zip.
Well, sometimes all you got to do is just ask for what you want and see if someone's going to give it to you. And it is the giving season. Let's see if Jay's going to gift wrap something right here for Will.
Walmart and other supermarkets have already started the holiday music. Haven't even gotten to Thanksgiving yet, guys.
And they do a lot of tap dancing in Radio City. And we are in New York. So let's see if Jay will give a little tap here.
Oh, I didn't like that shot.
Wow, I didn't see that one coming, but probably a little lapse in judgment. He probably thought on a step. A lot of times you think while you're walking, you try to make decisions while you're walking, and you might either grab or you might leak out. I think he feels he leaked out too far, and he over-adjusted. He overcompensated for him leaking out last time.
I think what he did is he tried to make the adjustment on 37 for lane 38.
Or he could have looked left. A lot of times when you're locked in, your vision opens up too much. Sometimes it could be to your detriment. You see too much. And let's see if he sees this spare, and that's a little high. Wow, that was a little high. And says the season.
Well, now this becomes interesting because if both bowlers strike out right now, they tie for a 224.
Yes, and then a potential 9th and 10th frame roll-off?
Potential.
It's all about potential.
It is all about potential, but yes, you're right. You asked for Jay Kim to give a gift. He gave a huge one. However, pressure is still on Will Wahnon at this point. That being said, really the pressure's on Jay Kim because if he does anything except strike out, Will can sneak out game 1.
Yes, it's a little pressure when you're up there first because right now you're setting the precedent of what's going to happen. You're either going to force someone to go all the way out or you're going to give them hope. And hope can be dangerous. And see, that's a good shot. That's a good shot, and he knew it, and he's kind of kicking himself, in double-jointed fashion. He's kicking his own butt because he knows that was a good shot. He knows that's a shot he should have thrown before.
And he also knew that if he threw a mark in the 9th frame, that would have ended it right there in the 10th. Instead, we've got possibly bonus coverage time.
Yes, all you need is a little bit of hope. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. So that was this. And hopefully he sticks with this because he doesn't want that. And that could be potentially what he could leave here. Strokes it inside. That could Yep, that could come in a little light. Played deep in the oil and not enough finish. And that's where the carry down comes into play. You never know when it shows up. It just shows up. Kind of like a pending transaction that just comes out. It just shows up.
This spare is a huge spare for Jay Kim to make, and I'll explain why. Right now, he does force William Wahnon to throw the first strike. If he spares here, he's going to force William to throw the first two.
Yeah, if I was Will, I wouldn't even try to strike. I would just roll my ball and let my ball do the work. And sometimes looking up is a bad thing, even though the score is right there in your face. Great conversion on the 2-8. So 2-14 is the first game for Jay. And as you alluded to before, potential 2-24 for Will.
Yeah, so basically two strikes in anything for Will, and Will's got it. Anything less than that, game one goes to Jay Kim. First ball here in the 10th, he's got to have this one. And he gets it, that's one.
Very good. He released it deep. He didn't want a chance to tap. He felt good. He was within rhythm, a little inside, but you know what? Good push. That's where the push comes into play.
Well, he had to go deep there. He's got to go deep here. You know, a tap, he loses. Anything except a strike for him is no good. If he doesn't strike here, he finishes with a 2-13. Jay will win by one.
Well, as long as he throws a good shot, he has a good chance. So if he puts a good shot out there, he can't be upset. He can only be upset if he does anything less than a good shot. So let's see what the bowling gods are saying as he throws that pretty in pink, the Black Widow. And let's see if the Widow loves him or loves him not.
It's the wrong holiday for that. You're like 8 months too late on that one, just pointing that out.
Only real holidays. So real holidays.
Valentine's Day is a real holiday. Not for me, maybe for you, but not for me. But
the benefits of the holiday are real. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the chocolate kisses out there. And let's see if he can kiss the lanes with this right there. And he hits. And I did sound a little excited. Squad up on that one. And it looks like, as long as he keeps the ball in the lane, it looks like Will may have this game.
As long as he doesn't put it in the gutter, he will take this game one. And Jay has to be kicking himself for that 8th frame, as you said, that gift. Christmas came around a month and a half early.
Yes, it did. That's a tough one. You have a chance to basically put it away. It was in your hands, and now he just snatched it out of the hands, and he bangs out for a good old ham bone, and he served him up a ham sandwich on that one with a 224 to 214 in game one.
And that sometimes can be a very untasty ham sandwich. As you look over here to the left-hand side, well, actually, I can't, but the camera can. You see Sean Dyett and William celebrating a little bit at the end of game one.
Hey, listen. I'm squad first. I am unbiased when calling the action, but I feel good seeing my squad do its thing. But not to discount anyone on the lanes. That could have did one of two things. We either could have demoralized him, or we could have just ticked him off, and maybe he might start putting.
Hold on, this mic 1 second. Hold on the mic.
Jay taking his time right now. We have bowlers on both sides, so focus is a factor. So Jay's going to focus in right now on his line. And great shot right now. Great shot by Jay. And what's going to happen now in terms of...
I know my teammate. You're going to have a very angry Jay Kim in game two.
Yeah, exactly. Any bowler, for that matter, who knows they had a game in their hands, now you're basically bowling against yourself, and you will abuse yourself in a way where every strike is basically cursing yourself out. I've been there. I know what it is. And maybe the pocket got too heavy after that first one. When you're playing with house money, sometimes the house will try to take it back.
Yeah, maybe a little premature celebration at the end of game one for William. In first frame, he's suffering the hangover of that.
Shout out to all the Hangover guys last night.
It's a good movie series, by the way, The Hangover.
Great movie, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, wait.
Oh, I tried to go for the spur. Tried for it.
Yeah, maybe got a little greedy, or maybe tried to play a little hero ball. And, he has to laugh it off. Yep, great start. Stay hot.
By the way, speaking of Saturday night parties, shout out to everybody at Lodi who showed up for Eric Dowse's memorial. That was really, really touching. And from Lodi Lanes to everybody who was there, that was very heartfelt. Thanks for everybody that showed up.
Yeah, unfortunately, I never got a chance to meet the individual, but based on everyone that showed up for him, I could tell he will definitely sorely be missed. Condolences go out to him, his friends and families, and all that know him.
That's probably not how you wanted to start a game that you squeezed out of after game one.
Like they say in the UBA, stay hot, Haas. Stay hot.
This is hot. Unfortunately, it's basura caliente, or in other words, hot garbage.
Hot garbage, my man. But you know what, hopefully he picks up his trash. You know what I'm saying? It was a good start. He gave himself room in the first game. He makes some mistakes, and this is exactly where the transition game comes into play.
We're going to find out in Jay Kim's next two frames whether or not William Wahnon has any chance at all to even this matchup. To take two. Actually, let me change that. Let me say it again. We'll find out in the next two frames whether or not Will Wahnon has any sort of chance to go to 2-0 or if Jay Kim is going to tie this up very, very quickly in game two.
Well, if it keeps going like this, and if this is any indication, it could be 1-1. It could be 1-1.
Well, here's the question, because he's sort of lost it, the look on 37, and the ball did eke out. Let's see if he's made that adjustment, or let's see if that was more mental error than physical.
Jay's going to tell the story right now. He leaks that deep inside. And he gets a little, they call it Brooklyn in Jersey. We are in New York. This is a Jersey. Jersey.
I don't want to hear, really, after what you did at the end of game one. I don't want to hear it. So this is actually a little bit more heckling than usual at UBA matches, just because it's one of Sean Dietz' guys versus one of my guys.
Like I said, Jersey.
And nothing wrong with Jersey. Jersey's a beautiful state, even though we have some sort of really horrible-looking thing at the Meadowlands, whether it's either the Nightmare Mall of America or the Jets or the Giants.
Oh, man, speaking of nightmare, if he gets a triple, this could be an early nightmare. And he almost carries that, too.
That would have went down. It could be an early night for William Wahnon over here in game two. That being said, William still doesn't have a mark yet, and Jay Kim is up by, assuming that he makes a spare, 32 pins.
You know, hey, the party's far from over. I know Will. He lives for this. He's the pit bull. He's going to party like pit bull on these lanes. He's going to start walking it out. He has to get a rhythm. Right now, Jay, like I said, is coming out the gates aggressive because he knew he gave that game up.
And he almost missed a spare there.
Yeah, he almost did miss a spare. Like I said, carry down will play a factor, especially when you're playing in these houses, circa Jib, Farmingdale, any of the Maple Fun houses. Great shot, but the oil will do what the oil's going to do. And right now, he tried to cross the toe. You know, he tried to work his easy pass there. It didn't work out.
Right now, William Wahnon, of course, he is called the Pitbull. That's his UBA jersey name, which means we are going to have all the Pitbull song references coming out eventually at some point during this match. Jay Kim, his nickname is Turbo. I can come up with GoBot references, but almost no one will understand what I'm talking about. Will want to make the spare. No, he will not. Drive by. Yipes. And it's not even that. It's not even that Jay Kim's going to take game two. It's more even like William wants Jay to win game two.
Well, you know, you can say what you want, but these guys.
I just did.
But you know what? You will. But you know what? These guys are givers. You know, he said, you know what? I gave a gift. I'm going to give a gift back to you. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole bunch of giving. But right now, it should be about taking. And right now, Jay's taking advantage.
Jay's taking advantage of this game, yes. Yeah. I mean, that's I don't know what Will is doing right now. Right now, Will is in danger of giving 4 straight opens over to Jay Kim. And usually you do not survive 4 straight opens in a game.
There is very rare things you survive.
Ask Aaron Williams on that when you have a 50-pin lead and then go 4 straight opens.
Oh, yeah. Bad memories.
And 4 straight opens.
Well, you call it. You call it straight up. You didn't see it before, but Jay came over here and kind of had like a smile of disbelief.
That is the disbelief of I don't believe he's falling apart, but sure, I'll be more than happy to take game 2. Thank you very much.
Anything can happen. You can go 230, 130. We've seen it in tournaments. We've seen it in
We've seen
games.
it. We've even seen it in heavyweight matches where a heavyweight 230 average puller will bowl 100 pins under his previous game. That does happen. This is why it's the UBA.
This is why, even in my championship match in Game 6 when I bowled against Sal, I went 130. Second game I went close to 240. I mean, it was seventh game I went
That
240.
ball looks good, and leaves a 10 pin up there. But again, he's got so much equity in this match that he can just go 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare all the way out. As long as he doesn't do what he did at the end of Game 1, this should be an easy coast to the win. And I'm saying that in the 4th frame? Really?
Yeah, Will right now is he's gonna empty out his account right now. And wait a minute, and maybe some funds are replenished in the bank of chances because he just gave a little something. He gave a little something back.
A little something back.
Yeah.
He's still down 42 pins as we go into the frame 5 of Game 2 here.
Yeah, Will burying himself early, but there was that little bit of gravel that fell, so it's like a ray of light, but a small ray of light.
That wasn't Pitbull. That was Madonna, by the way.
Yes, it is. A great song. Yeah, listen to Madonna. Real men.
I listen to everything.
That's right. Real men listen to everything. And wait a minute.
Another 10 pin.
And I'm very familiar with the angles in some of these houses, so I can almost smell what a 10 pin is cooking. And right now the pot's turning up, and Jay kind of he pulled that 10 pin before. Let's see if he relaxes his hand. And no, he doesn't.
Oh, this game may start to get a little bit on the ugly side here. Jay Kim right now with an 86 in the 5th frame, but to show how dominant this has been, Jay Kim with an 86 in the 5th frame. Even if Williams starts striking at this point, Jay will still be up by 21, even if the next 2 balls are strikes. And he almost left the 7-9.
It's looking like a polite argument. No, you finish. No, you finish. No, you finish.
I don't want this game. You take it.
No. By all means, please, sir.
No, but I insist.
No. I insist.
Okay. We're trying. This is an ugly game, too, here, so we're trying to at least make this comical as we go around. Trying, we may not be succeeding, but we're trying to at least sort of kind of make this entertaining. Maybe. Rural Renteria is looking, and yeah, Rural, oh, boy. Oh, he makes a spare.
That's right. There you go. That's right. Stay hot, Haas. Way to get on the board.
Well, he's finally on the board. That being said, because of Jay Kim's past 2 opens, he is only down by 31 pins.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think Jay Kim was kicking himself at the end of Game 1? What's going to happen if he lets a 50-pin lead slip at the end of Game 2?
I think the good brother might go bad. And wait a minute.
Oh, never mind.
Well, like I said, you can't accuse him of dumping because this will not affect your average.
Why are you dumping in the middle of a match? This does not affect your average. William Wahnon has thrown 6 frames so far. 5 of them are opens.
Yeah, he leaves what I like to call.
Because he's not making this.
Yeah, he's not making the Richard Nixon.
No, he's not making the Nixon. Shout out to Ali Suffin and Alex Pearl for that lexicon adding into that. I actually have to add that into the Savage Deets on the website. And William is taking off the earbuds and shooting an air gun into his head at this point. And I can understand that. Meanwhile, J. Kim, hey, we got a jersey from J. Kim. J. Kim can more than double Williams' score at this point with another strike in the 7th frame.
Well, that shot right there, said it all. At that point, all the win. This is a pirate game, because right now your chest is sunken.
Well, right now it's a pirate game for William because he's bowling like booty.
Yeah, well, there you go. Pirate puns all day. And let's see if
Arg!
And the curse of the Black Pearl spreads among everyone right now.
Where's Johnny Depp when we need him? If you are watching this match posted up on live stream and you're watching Game 2, I am sorry. I'm so sorry. This may be worse than the New York Giants and New York Jets game that's going on right now. Not by much.
Is it happening in Jersey?
It is happening in Jersey.
All right, well, there you go.
Jay Kim right now. That actually has got a shot to make this if it curves over. It doesn't. Jay Kim right now with a 114 in the 7th frame. Yet he's up by over 50 pins. You cannot make this stuff up.
Potential 179 for Will.
Potential once if Will goes out, he'll strike out for 179.
And let's see what happens.
No, it doesn't look good at all.
Oh, no.
At least he left a makeable spare this time around. He left the 2-4, and you can't say that for many of his balls that he's thrown so far in Game 2.
Right now, having a little talk with himself, and hopefully himself will listen. I think Will needs to leave, and I think the pit bull needs to show up. Yeah, great spear conversion. That's only the second time I've been able to say that in his favor here in his.
There is only one pitball song that I can think of right now that would match this, and that would be Fireball, because the score right now is up in flames.
Oh, I thought you meant that because you're going to go to the bar if you keep shooting like this and ordering that.
I think he may wind up going to the bar. I may not have to be able to aid him on that. He may be doing that all by himself.
Oh, come on, Pepper. Come on, sponsor a drink. Sponsor a squad.
All right, so the best that William Wahnon can do in this game is a 158, which means all Jay Kim needs is 2 marks in the next 3 frames. That being said, we're not calling that a gimme right now at this point.
At this point.
Oh, goodbye. Meanwhile, William's got his earbuds on, so he can't really hear what we're saying, and he may be better off.
But he will see this when it's posted.
He will see this when he's posted. And I would just like to point out there is a chance that somebody going for the #1 title in the Cruiserweight section will not break 100 this game.
Never seen that happen before. But it shows that everyone does have a shot. And this could be a reverse letdown, because if you're a champion and you're watching this game, do not be fooled. Because if you watch any kind of sport, you can shoot on top of the world, and you can shoot like you're basically underground, and not in a good way, not the UBA way. And then there's days where you can shoot like this, and it can be nights like this you wish raindrops would fall, and then you can sing like you're the 5 heartbeats at their best. So
if Jay Kim gets into the 140s, this may be his best 140 game ever. And that will pretty much seal Game 2.
Unless no.
There's no unless right now. Jay Kim's got a 144 in the books. The best that William can do is a 147. I have faith that Jay Kim will shoot at least 2 pins in the 10th frame, which is what he's going to need on that double.
That's a lot of faith, sir. That's a lot of faith.
I have a lot of faith in my teammate that he can get 2 pins. That's a different angle. Now, the one thing I am going to say now is this, and I'm not going to be funny at this point. Now I'm going to be serious. Yeah. That was not only a good shot. That was a nice angle of entry adjustment there. That could be real important for him in Game 3.
Yeah, I bowled it. I've bowled with Will in various houses, and one thing about him, he has so much hand and a little bit of speed that his ball will always read early. So he may find himself moving extremely far left, or he may have to get different pieces and get a different look, depending on his energy. You have to have the energy to keep that angle from the left. If you feel like playing that line for a long time and you can hold it, that's great. And Will has that capability. When he's on, he definitely has that capability. Now, I'm going to...
He is definitely not on this game, yes. Go through your shoe at him. All right, Sean Knight's on his way to throw his shoe and other various parts of clothing at William. Meanwhile, the game is over. I'm not even sure I should announce what William shot Game 2. It's, yeah. So it doesn't matter what Jay Kim does. In this case, he leaves a 6-pin. Let's put it this way. Jay Kim right now is going to finish with a 180, and he will win his game by over 70 pins. That's all you need to know about this game.
But did he get stretched, though?
He did not get stretched.
Right, damn it.
This is actually more humiliating this way than if he did get stretched. And Jay Kim will make a spare, which has been far and few between. Both bowlers have combined for 4 spares this game.
All right, let me see. I put the pressure on him. He needs this.
we have 4 spares and 5 strikes. No, 6 strikes. The problem for William is that William only had 2 of those spares and 1 of those strikes. And the other 7 frames are opens.
You know, every good worker needs a little bit of vacation time. He took his vacation in the second game. It would have been a lot more debilitating if he lost the first game and then lost the second game like this.
So, taking from another Pitbull song in this game, William had a little F-U-N, fun.
Yes. F-U-N. Great acronym. Great acronym. What's the acronym mean, Gordon?
Well, no, it's fun. It was a song by him and Chris Brown. But that's song, not what you were thinking of.
What? Trying to read my mind.
I don't need to. At the end of game 2, Jay Kim 183 to a lot less from William Wahnon, and we're tied at 1 game apiece.
A whole lot of little and a whole lot less.
Put your mouth so close to the mic, son. I don't like that. Back up off the mic. Mouth is too close to the mic. Good. I have to make sure everything's all right. Let me go over here.
Squad. All day. Let's do. You going to 11 town?
I was actually going to 11 times. He's open. My man is going all over with Scott. I got arrangements, so I was like, and I ain't bringing none of my stuff anyway.
I always got my stuff. I might be riding the load out of that. I might.
If William throws another 3 more games like 115, you may be riding like all the way in the back. I may be taking you home. You may be driving home in my car.
Yeah, well,
You have driven in my car before.
Yes. I've rode in the Pepper
Gordon-
limousine service.
Yes, Gordon Pepper Limousine and Travel Service.
But he won the first game. He came back.
Yeah, if you just saw the score, you would think that what the heck happened here. But we're tied at 1 apiece.
No, get tired. Get tired.
So we're here at the quick intermission point.
Yeah, we just having a little powwow about the game that we just witnessed. And shout out to all those who wonder if you can compete in a WCS match. And like you said, it's all about the matchups. And the numbers.
Anyone can compete
Yes.
at any time.
The
Because
numbers.
you've just seen the numbers here at a #1 contenders match. You have no excuse for not joining.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
They don't. That's right. You got it. And let's see if right now that brief intermission will lead into a new look.
No.
Damn good start compared to the first game.
That is true. This is a makeable spare.
Damn good start.
Or here's another Pitbull song, Don't Stop the Party.
No. Sometimes some DJs, maybe the table got hit a little bit. The record was skipping last match.
Oh, the record was skipping last
Yeah,
match.
the record, the disc got scratched. All right, I'm aging myself.
Look out. Nope, he got it.
No, definitely he's going to cover some ground. One thing, like you mentioned before.
Hold the mic. I forgot. I actually have to type in the score here.
Yeah, one thing definitely about one of the last shots that Will made, great finding that angle of entry. He's always going to have room. It's all about how you use the room. So let's see if Jay can use that momentum from last game. Playing his shot, very relaxed, and takes out the 7-pin. This game could go a long time. It could be a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different situations. Right now, the lane's making decisions for them. So it's all about how they push back. Make sure the lanes don't dictate the pace. Make sure you dictate the pace of the lane. Sub. I hear you, Raul. Sub.
Someone was asking me about team ranking matches and when they can sub. I would just like to point out in a World Championship Series match, you are not allowed to use a sub in the middle of the game. That ball looks like it's going to... Oh, he gets the mix. It almost looked like he was going to leave a 10-pin there. But you're talking about adjustments. It looks like Jay also made an adjustment at the end of game 2.
Yeah, he made the DJ adjustment, so he's looking for the mix. So he's being a mix master. So let's see how long that works.
DJ Turbo.
And he fights back and he says, no, no, no.
DJ
Not
Pitbull.
like this. DJ, that's right, Pitbull right now. Haha, shouty.
DJ Pitbull in the mix. Well, right now, definitely looking a lot better than the debacle that was last game. If you're just joining us, we are tied at 1 game apiece going into game 3.
All right, looking like a good shot.
That ball looks good. It is. Here we go. We'll just make believe that both of them were in a siesta or too busy partying at that last game.
In about two more frames, he's gonna beat his second game.
He may beat his second game in the fourth. Actually, no, it wouldn't be in the fourth. It would be in the 5th frame, though.
Yes. Oh, don't put the pressure. I'm putting pressure out here.
I'm not going to put the pressure
Thought you was
on.
a good brother.
I have faith.
Thought you was a good brother.
I am a good brother. Jay Kim right now with the 10-pin lead with a double going into frame 3. Strike here keeps the lead.
So right now, at the moment, I mean, if you want to start early, we're looking at 290. Jay looking at 300 mathematically. So let's see what happens there on this shot. Let's see if he keeps that pace going.
Good. It's a mix.
And a consistent mix. So he must be a house DJ. That was a consistent mix.
Farmingdale DJ. Well, the one thing, and again, being serious here a little bit, the one thing I've seen from both bowlers at the end of game 2 in the beginning here, they're throwing their shots consistently where they want to see them. There's no eking, there's no darting here. It definitely looks like Jay's looking for the mix, and it definitely looks like Wahnon's looking for the straight diagonal. That actually is a little bit of a hypocrisy there, the straight diagonal, but you know exactly what I mean. The ball comes in and it hooks straight, coming all the way down, and then it takes a diagonal turn right in there, AOE.
That's right. That's straight diagonal. Oh, that's a little tight.
Oh, he gets the mix. 4 in a row for Jay Kim.
And he looked very thankful on that shot because he knew he made a little boo-boo on that.
He definitely made a little boo-boo. He eked that one out there, but he got a gift.
But right now, Will is in response mode, not only against Jay, but right now against himself. Whenever you throw as low as he did, the rule is you got to stretch yourself. And I've done it. I've gone 160, 260. In his case, he's going to need to go 115, 275 or better.
You would almost have to think that his mindset now is game 3 is a little bit like Jay Kim's mindset was in game 2. Ay. And that mindset being, you know, Jay came out firing in game 2, put a lot of pressure on Will, and Will sort of went down like a house of cards. I'm sure Will's thought process, at least at the beginning, was I can't possibly go that bad again. I got to start throwing the ball better. First 3 frames definitely looked like it. This frame looked like he made a mistake, and he paid for it.
Yeah, he left the big 4 and does the smart thing, gets the wood, because anything could happen, as we saw last match.
You know, more recent matches that I've seen, we've had some of the stranger things happen. So it wouldn't shock me at all to see what goes on. This has been back and forth on both games here. So right now, Wahnon with a 72 in the 4th definitely wants to put some pressure on Jay here in the 5th frame, and he doesn't do it that way. That'll be a 4-8.
Yeah, right now, kind of tracking himself up a little bit. He found a good look, but he's not maintaining the rhythm. So hopefully he's not in chase mode. Hopefully he's not in search mode, because right now Jay is relaxed. And if Jay is relaxed or your opponent's relaxed at any time, you have an uphill battle, because that's when you then have 2 opponents, yourself and the person across the lanes from you.
And the last thing that you want is a relaxed opponent that's got a 4-bagger, and you're absolutely right on that. For both of us from bowling experience, bowling one-on-one, the last thing that you want is to have your opponent relaxed. I know this: if I'm relaxed and I've got a string, and I see that you're fishing, I'm going to put the fishing hook in, and it's going to be game over.
Let's see if he's going to continue fishing. Let's see if he's going to try to go big.
Oh, that was buried. 10-pin.
Good shot. And right now, at this point, chasing mechanics, you're sticking with your game plan no matter what. And even if you tap, it's still a makeable leave. It's an honest leave. It's the kind of leave, as long as you convert it, you're still looking good.
Well, you got some squatters that are now over here. Suicide Squad may be ending their match and starting to propagate over here.
Yeah, they're definitely coming over. Squad is definitely in the building, and we're trying to, put some good juju out there. And that might not. Oh.
No, that ball was not going to hook. I've seen him throw that ball too many times. The only question with that ball comes, is that ball going to get out there far enough? And it does. Right now, Jay Kim nursing a 37-pin lead as we go into the second half of Game 3. And this is only Game 3, and it sounds like we've been doing a marathon so far.
I'm telling you. Again, speaking of marathons, shout out to all those who will participate in the Northeast Team Relay. And right now, they're trying to run circles around each other, and he leaks it out. And, oh, wait. What? Bucket of chicken. Pick it up. Who got the bell? We got the bell. We got the bell? Ding.
That is the infamous New York version of Bucket of Chicken, which is hysterical.
And we don't want him to pick his order up. We want to donate some food, so let him leave a couple pieces of chicken out there.
It is Thanksgiving, as you've said.
Exactly, right now, Thanksgiving. Well, yes, Thanksgiving season. Not everybody eats, turkey. Some people like chicken.
He got his order, though.
He was hungry.
Jay is hungry to take the lead in this match. We're tied, 1 game apiece, and we're in Game 3.
And Jay was on a spare last one, so that 6 count hurt his
35 pin. Yeah, went from 37-35. However, if William can start striking here, he can make this one interesting. Wahnon right now, that ball looks a little high. Well, I'm sorry, a little light. Either way, it wasn't a good shot. Leaves a 2-pin.
Well, 9 is better than 6. So the bad thing for him is that it wasn't a strike. The good thing is at least he got higher count. If there's any way to find some solace in that. So now at this point, you got to hope that those start falling.
The problem here becomes is that William Wahnon is running out of frames in order to do that. So right now we have 4 frames left in Game 3. Williams got to make up 34 pins worth of deficit, and would help if he made the spare, and that's what he does.
Yeah, right now he may be overworking. He may be working too hard. There's definitely a shot there. There's a shot anywhere you play. It's all amount of finding the shot and finding yourself. Right now, he knows he has the skill. He knows he has the hand. But right now, he's got to have it. And right now, he's losing it. But I think he found it on this shot.
Oh, that's a big shot for him right there. That is a strike. And right now, he's got a 111. The best that he can do, despite the opening there, the best that he can do is a 231. If he does that, that means Jay Kim's got to find a double somewhere along the way, and he certainly cannot open and do what he did at the end of Game 1.
Indeed. And as we've seen, the situation is Farmingdale is starting to make choices for the bowlers. The lanes, they know likey the bowlers right now, so the lanes right now are starting to take away.
Well, the lanes right now are dictating the action.
Oh, yeah. Right now the lanes are getting a little crabby. The lanes are getting crabby like a significant other who won't tell you why they're mad.
Or sometimes some people like crab for Thanksgiving instead of either turkey or chicken.
Crab sandwich?
Crab sandwich. I had a filet of fish coming up here. It was very tasty. McDonald's. That ball looks good. And a 10-pin.
Well, that carry down is a result of a little pain being unleashed. And, right now he tapped like he was on front 11. And Gordon was around.
It does look like that.
I have to find something. Look, we lost bad in that second game. I'm trying. And
he's got that one.
He covers it. He definitely covered it.
Yeah, see that ball, assuming that he throws the ball correctly, that ball does not go into the channel. That ball will just stay up there. So the only question becomes, is he going to miss a wide left? And in this case, he does not. Right now, he's been clean on his spares, which is why he's up by 33 right now as we go into the 8th frame. Jay Kim is on a spare. William Wahnon is on a strike. Again, if Wahnon goes out the door, Jay's got to find a double. If Wahnon doesn't go out the door, then all Jay has to do is stay clean.
Yeah, that's all Jay Kim will have to do. And Will has he's going to be fighting from the bottom, circa UFC. So he has to start throwing some punches, and they have to land.
Hey, it's another
welcome to
10-pin.
Farmingdale. Welcome to Farmingdale. Tap lessons. Tap lessons. Beer on tap. Groupon on tap lessons. Dance studio.
All right, now the difference in Game 3 is the four-bagger that J. Kim had to start versus the open that William Wahnon had in the fourth frame. Right now, that's your difference. Looks like J. Kim will make this one again, and he will. 10-pin has becoming his friend. A little bit shaky with it at the beginning of the match. Now, no problem.
Yeah, the 10-pin sometimes, you know, they,
You got one job. You got one job.
so yeah, like I said, the 10. No, we just saw a situation happen, and that's going to be addressed later. And the 7-pin has boxing gloves and fights back.
That was a big non-strike right there because, again, as I said, he had to go out the door to force Jay to double. Jay no longer has to double. Jay now just needs to be clean, and he's got Game 3.
Yeah, all Jay has to do is keep the house clean. He keeps the house clean, and
Good housekeeping.
yeah, a good housekeeping. Good housekeeping by a good brother could equal in a good win for the team.
Could be. One of the things the Good Brothers have always traditionally been good at is being technical in terms of making the spares and the marks when they need to. Again, big shot here for William. He must pretty much need a strike here to force Jay to do anything besides those two spares. Well, he got the strike there. That's good. However, the best that Wahnon can do is a 211. And if Jay stays clean, and he's in the 220s, high two teens.
Indeed. All he has to do is keep throwing good shots. Good brothers are all about precision. Squad is great at going hard. We don't go until the lights are off on the lanes. So we're not going to quit. But good bowling is good bowling.
Squad never quits, I will say that, and Squad's got a ton of heart. That's one of the reasons why Wahnon won Game 1.
Yep, that's true. And the 7-pin strikes again. The 7-pin says no, no, no. A little bit of reggae on that. 7-pin, exactly. 7-pin out here, right there.
Little reggae.
Unlucky 7. No, no, no.
Tried to hit the 7-pin down. The pin said no, no, no. Little Amy Winehouse. Rest in peace.
Well, if he misses this, he may need to be in rehab.
Well, if he misses this, then he's going to have to double in the 10th frame in order to shut William Wahnon out.
And I'll be singing another reggae song, Driver, Don't Stop.
Well, you want to see a drive-by. That's not going to happen. He's going to make the spare here.
Oh, no John Singleton film over here. No drive-bys.
Nope. We're pulling out all the musical references today during this match.
Movie references. We're visionaries.
Musical references.
Musical references, as long as a little reference for a director.
Pretty much. All right, so situation here. Jay Kim, shall he mark? He shall win Game 3. Shall he not mark? It depends on what he does not do, and that is what William will need to do.
Anything can happen.
William is hoping to go Episcopalian at this point. This is for Game 3 to take a 2-1 lead, and we got a 10-pin. Again. Another one.
So now what this creates?
Well, if he makes it, it's over. If he doesn't make it, he's got a 2-10, which means Wahnon needs everything for a 2-11 to win the game by 1.
And even if he does make this.
If he makes it, it's over.
And even if he does make this, what this creates now is doubt.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Well, speaking of doubt.
Well, now there's two things he's going to doubt, because if you look, starting from the 5th frame on, with the exception of the 6th frame, they were all taps, and on very good shots, mind
Correct.
you. And this is where the lane transition comes into play, and this is where you start to question, especially when one player starts to carry and you don't. What is going to happen?
Well, here's the issue. And here, first of all, William Wahnon needs this one. And he is not going to get it, and Jay Kim is going to escape with Game 3.
Yep, and
Well-
welcome.
Jay Kim goes, too many 10-pins, I believe.
Come by any time.
So I'm going to give you, well, yeah, he misses it. It doesn't matter. He needed the first one. He didn't get it. At the end of Game 3, Jay Kim 210, William Wahnon 179. Jay Kim leads 2-1 as we go to Game 4. And I'm going to give the mic 1 second. I will be right back.
All right. Thank you, Gordon. All right, so a lot of things happen towards the end of that game, as you see, as we get a shot of both games, you can see right there from the 5th frame, with the exception of the 6th frame moving on, he consistently tapped. He continued to stay clean and won the game, but even though he gave him a chance. Jay is going to continue to play his shot. Now, either one or two things will happen. Either he will carry or he will not. One thing that Will needs to do is stay focused and stay on his job. And again, we're starting with the mix, reminiscent of the previous game that just finished. Jay starts off with a strike in the first frame here at lovely Farmingdale. And I think both bowlers are going to have a newfound love for Farmingdale after today. And yes, he can smack that one out. He can walk that one out as he hits the 10 pin and shows the 10 pin who's boss. Both players carrying. Again, both bowlers good at hitting their target, especially when they need to. It's always good to see multiple teams represented in these contests. And speaking about representing your team, again, if you want to represent your team, do so in the Northeast Team Relay coming up November 24th at Laurel Lanes in New Jersey. Right there, unfortunately, it seems like Will did not carry. So he's going to convert the spare. He's going to walk this out, and he's going to sit down and collect his thoughts. Jay taking his time, getting his feet set. That's a little inside. A whole lot inside. If Jay converts the spare, we are tied at 20 in the first frame. If he chops, then Will can start off with an advantage. First lead he would have had in a while. Right now, this is a must-win situation. He converts the spare, nicely done, and we are tied in the very beginning of this match. Jay is currently up 3 games. 2-1, 2 games to 1. All right, swinging the ball a little bit, letting the outside work, and putting a little spice on that ball. And he did not. He went straight to the face on that one. In the face. In the face. And he did not get the help, but he avoided disaster there. So all he has to do is convert his 10 pin and then move on. Oh, whoop. And he does not make the 10 pin. Well, this creates a situation where now Jay maybe can breathe a little bit. A little breathing room for him. Right now, the wheel's turning inside of Will's head. Right now, he's searching. He's going in the bag. And one thing I've always said, it doesn't matter who you're bowling. Once you're getting them to look to their bag too many times, you're starting the process of potentially beating them before the game is over. Now, I know Will. He's strong. He's going to keep going. He's going to keep fighting. But he has to make sure that he knows in his heart what he's going to do before he steps on the lanes. And Gordon's back.
Well, the big killer for him was that 10th frame in Game 3, and the question was, how is he going to recover? And the answer is, not very well. He's already gotten open in the 3rd frame. And Jay has figured out how to mix, and the mixing right now is getting him the carry. Jay Kim right now potentially with a 32-pin lead, and it could be a 52-pin lead with another strike here in the 5th frame.
Indeed, it can be. And as I was saying before, you don't want 2 opponents on the lanes. You already got one person. Don't let yourself be an opponent. And now the third opponent could be the lanes, and you letting the lanes get to you. You never blame the lanes for taking anything from you. You have to look at yourself and look at what you're going to do and look at what you're not doing. Jay is doing everything right except for this shot. And right there, is that a 7 count or is that 6?
I think it's a 6. No, it's a 7.
It's a 7. Very good. So he does take out the 8-pin.
Well, the one thing that Jay Kim has been doing, and he's done this all 4 games, is he got himself an early lead and he's forcing his opponent. The one thing that Jay Kim has done all day is that he's built an early lead and he's forcing his opponent to play catch-up. And 2 of the 3 times, William Wahnon has not done that, and that's why Jay Kim's up 2-1. With a mark right here, he's up by around 21 pins. William can cut it down to 11 with the double. Here comes the shot coming in, gets the strike. That was a nice shot.
A very good shot. The last shot where he left that 6 count, even though it really didn't react, I think he was looking for something with a little more of a predictable reaction. So I feel that's why he went where he went. And he's utilizing his mechanics the right way and making the best happen with that piece. We only got one mic today, man. Hit. Oh, no. Yeah. Squad TV. And the originator of Squad TV, Richard Steele Phillips. Unfortunately, that 710 on the pocket shot was as cold as ice, and it's getting frigid in here.
Well, that is the wrong double. That's exactly what he didn't want, and that was just out of frustration at this point. And that screen was also out of frustration at this point.
Well, you could either pull a Dragon Ball Z and hit Super Saiyan, or either go Ultra Instinct, or you could let it beat you down. Now, as we've seen, as you alluded to before, Jay squandering his opportunities. Either he's gotten that out of his system, or something could happen. Let's see what happens. That's a good shot.
Oh, he curved that ball in there. He definitely made an adjustment off that lane. He sort of did that off lane 38. If he does the exact same shot here at lane 38, he could potentially have a 43-pin lead with 4 flames left to go, and that's almost in the exact same position that William was in last game, and he couldn't figure it out at the end of Game 3, and if he doesn't figure it out at the end of Game 4, he's going to be down 3-1.
3-1.
That's your prediction?
No, 3-1. What can happen there is opportunity for a walk down, or just you packing your stuff up early. We're never packing our stuff up early, so we're either going to walk down or we're going to walk out.
Right now, the potential to be up 50-plus pins denied. Got a 2-7 up there. Sorry.
72. Good year, right?
It's a great year. Jay Kim looking to make the spare here, and it looks like he will, barely, but it looks good there. Ever since that debacle with the missed spare, with all the misses in Game 2, Jay Kim has been clean, almost clean in Game 3 and Game 4, with the exception of that whiff 10-pin in the 10th frame of Game 3. That didn't hurt him, but William right now needs to find some strikes quickly.
Yeah, Jay right now is he's making shots, plain and simple. He's making shots. He's playing his game, and he's sticking with his plan. It seems that every time Will is throwing the ball, the plan keeps changing in his mind and on the lanes.
Yeah, he's sort of, as you have called it, he's playing area check right now. He's going fishing, and this is a real dangerous time in deep waters to be going fishing because he could be finding an old rubber boot.
Yeah, exactly. Man, you can't shoot at. And right now he finds a look. So he
got a fish.
He got a fish. He got a little. But right now he also has a bone to pick, and he's not picking the bones out of his teeth because he's not eating right now.
No, he's not. Pitbull needs to play, and here's the problem with the Pitbull. Pitbull's running out of frames. If he strikes out, it's a 204. Again, Jay Kim does not need a double. All he's got to do is stay clean, and he'll be in the 207 range if he goes Dutch.
Indeed. And Jay is playing his shot, and that's a little deep. And that was almost a little San Francisco 49er NFL action.
And they looked really, really good earlier on this week. But all Jay has to do right now is just stay out of trouble, make sure he doesn't leave any 10 pins, throw safe shots, and he's got this. And there's nothing that William can do about it.
Yeah, this is actually kind of a mirror image of the game that just happened, where all they needed to do was make spares, make smart shots, and then Will still has to work.
Well, the funny thing is this has pretty much been game one, and this has been game four. It's been game one and game three. However, Jay has opened in both game one and game three, and giving William the advantage. Game one, he took advantage of it. Game three, he did not. It looks once again the same scenario here. The one difference is that because it's game four, Jay finishes out instead of setting up the stage, so Jay will know exactly what he needs to do or not need to do. Big frame here in the ninth. Big shot here coming up. That looks like he made the correct adjustment. No, he did not. That's a 4-5 up there.
Well, I saw him move a little deep, and I saw him leak wide. Like he dropped the shoulder a little bit, didn't finish it. The hand was a little flat, actually. I feel he was trying to create some angle and didn't finish the way he wanted to. And again, here we go. What's the scenario?
But the scenario is this. If Jay Kim makes this, no problem. If Jay Kim does not make this, the best that he can do would be a 173. And if William goes out the door, it's a 204, and Jay will lose by one. Exact same scenario as game three.
It's Groundhog Day.
He's got to make this one. And he does not. And now here we go again.
Well, it's put up, shut up. Just gotta bowl the hell up. you gotta make some shots. You know, you gotta take a chance, make yourself famous here. This is the chance to do it. Finish your shot, walk it.
Gotta have this one. And he does not, and that is a 10 pin. That changes the scenario. So now Jay Kim cannot get locked out. Obviously, he can force Jay to mark.
Yeah, he can force a mark situation. He has to mark to force a mark. So let's see if he pushes, and it looks like a mark.
Right now, Jay Kim is up potentially by 19. So here's a scenario. If William goes out the door, it's a 184. That means Jay Kim must mark. If he does not hit the first two strikes, Jay Kim will win. He'll be up 3-1. Here we go. Got to have this one.
That's the shot he should have thrown last ball, and he taps. That was a good shot, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, well, it was a good shot, and it's not going to be enough. And Jay Kim, all he needs is one pin. The combination of two balls. I have faith that my guy's going to do that. And I have even bigger faith now that he throws the ball in the gutter.
Well, indeed. Right now, wheels got to be turning in Will's head. And I've been in this situation, this scenario. I was in this situation last match against Jay. It's not about throwing big numbers, it's about finding a way to win. It's all about L's and W's. And if you know how to go, if you live in Brooklyn, and you don't want to go to Bushwick, then don't take the L. Right now, hopefully Will is not taking an L. He may be taking a moment to himself to avoid that L.
Well, this game he is taking the L.
This game. But I always say there's always a whole lot of game left, no matter what. And let's see if Will comes back and fights. Jay right now is staying the course, and he's finding a way to win games. And let's see if he can win one more game to put the match away, or let's see if we're staying here for the night shift.
Well, this is a classic cruiserweight grinder match. I mean, this is really how it is in cruiserweight. Sometimes if you don't find it, it's not about who can carry, it's about who can make spares. And Will right now, you're right, he's got to be kicking himself. Will should be up 3-1 here. If he went out in the fourth, he would have won that game by one. If he went out in this game, he would have been out by one. He does neither. And because of that, at the end of game at the end of game four, because of that, Jay Kim, 193. William Wahnon, 162. Jay Kim is up 3-1, and he is one game away from a date with the Cruiserweight champion in December.
A date with potential destiny. That's why we're on the list. We're not on the list just to travel around and bowl different places. We're on the list for a potential chance at a championship match. If you're not in the list to make championships, then get your name off the sheet. If you want to get on, then get on. Right now, Jay is trying to get on the marquee for a cruiserweight title match, And Will wants the same thing, but he's got to throw some punches. He's got to make some shots. Take a shot, make a shot in order to get a shot.
It's game 5, so no, wait, throw it. In the words of Jonathan Dansbury and myself, we are in game 5. The margin of error for William Wahnon is 0, a.k.a. El Cheapo. Jay Kim wins this. He's going for the title in December. If William wins this, we're off to a game 6. William right now is getting words of encouragement from the color commentator.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Oh, man. Tense situation right now just watching this. My partner's got to make some shots. He's got to get loose, and then he's got to get mad. He's got to get pissed and do something with it. You could either get pissed and just stay pissed, or you can get hot and then put the pot in the fire and start cooking something. And if you ain't hungry, then don't cook.
Well, it really comes down to, as you said, how bad do you want it? It's now put up or shut up. This is game 5. This is it. It's it for him, I should say. Jay Kim right now starts up with a strike. Keep in mind, he can't afford to take a loss or two. Obviously, he's not going to want to do that. He wants to end this one.
And right now, I think Will's not even thinking about that. At this point, Will knows, look, I'm just going to throw my ball. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. My ball's going to do what it's going to do. I got the hand. I got the skill. I got the equipment. All I need to do is just throw my ball and let it work. Jay's situation right now is, like anybody, extremely confident right now. You got a 3-1 lead. All you got to do is cruise. That's all you got to do. But what this can do is can back you into a corner and it's going to make you start attacking. And right now he's backing a pit bull into a corner. Let's see if he got ready to sink those teeth in and start biting.
Well, Jay's putting a dump truck load of pressure right now on William Wahnon. And that could be trouble for Will. Jay just said, first time I've had a line in these games.
Hey, get lucky.
I mean, Will's definitely fighting, but if this is the one thing that if you're Will Wahnon, you don't want to hear from. Jay Kim, as I already said, is one of the better technical bowlers on this cruiserweight list, and from the Good Brothers standpoint, he's a very good technical bowler because most Good Brothers are. And if all of a sudden Jay is saying he's found a line, that is going to be a problem, and the open is going to be a major problem.
Yeah, everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. Both players walked in with a plan. One player's punching, other player's getting punched. Simple as that.
Thank you, Shondai Tyson.
And let's see if he hits him with that right hook. All right, good. Right hook. Sharp right hook.
That pin almost stayed up, but it went down.
It almost did, you know.
6 pin almost decided to stay up. It went down. That's a good strike there for William. However, now the question is, what is Jay Kim going to do? Right now, he is already up. Is he going to give William a chance to get back into this? And keep in mind that he's done that plenty of times this match. Or is he going to finally put some pressure on him?
Well, let's see what happens. He said he found a line. Let's see if the line holds.
Nope.
Well, thank you, Farmingdale, for answering that question, as you always do.
The 4-7 says, yeah, I got your line for you right here, buddy.
Yeah, the 10 decided to lay down. They laid down like a cheap date that time.
It's nice for the 10 pin.
Shout out to all the cheap dates out there.
No, no comment.
No comment?
No comment. Jay right now looking for making the spare. He does. Jay Kim right now has got a lead. However, it's not a real comfortable one. Unlike the other games, he has not extended that lead out. The lead now is only 20, and it could be 10 because he's on a spare. Will's on a strike. Going into the 4th frame of Game 5, for those of you that are just tuning in, this is Game 5. Jay Kim is up 3-1. If Jay Kim wins this, he's going after the Cruiserweight title in December.
Yeah, that's very true. All games have resembled one another. They've all been in the same area where a bowler has a chance to do something. He gets back on the line that he mentioned that he found, and he buries it.
Well, Jay Kim has been up now in all 5 games. Jay Kim has taken the lead, and 3 of those games, William has had a chance. Now, is he going to double here? And that ball looks good, and it is. William is not done yet, and Sean Deit's gone out and yelled with him also.
Squad.
I guess he's not done yet, huh?
We're not done yet. We're
Not done
leaving.
yet.
We're not freaking leaving.
You don't have to. The bar's right behind you.
That's right. And he's going to finish that shot, and he's going to walk that out. You better walk.
Oh, that ball looked good. I thought he had 3. Instead, he leaves a 10-pin. William incredibly not happy with that, and I can understand why. If he hits that shot, he's got a chance to take the lead.
Great shot, but again, this is one of the tap houses I spoke about. And spares win games, spares keep you in games, and he makes the spare there.
Well, we've seen already Jay Kim has left 2 opens that have cost him. Or that could have potentially cost him. It did cost him in Game 1. Game 3, it did not. Game 4, it did not.
Indeed.
That's the difference between Jay being up 3-1 and William being up 3-1. This easily could be 3-1 or 2-2 in the other direction. That's how close these games have been.
Yeah, they've been pick your shot. They've been who wants it more, who wants it the least type games. And right now he tugs that and a little tugboat. A little tugboat, and right there, it looks like a little child support situation there.
Got the parent-child being the 3-pin and the child pin being the 10. He's actually lucky that he didn't leave anything else to go along with it.
And let's see if he's gonna claim this, or if we're gonna see some pull-out game.
He's claiming both the child and the dependency. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you go, right on the taxes.
There you go. Right now, Jay Kim is up by 11 as we go into the second half of Game 5. So we got some squatters here.
Yep.
How'd you guys do in your match?
No, against, we're gonna check that. But I'm guessing we're looking good against KG, hashtag 6 fingers. But we're gonna see what's gonna go here. Let's see if it's too much fingers in there, and whoa, asking ye shall receive.
That's 3 fingers up there now, not 6.
Very good. That's a half of a Killer Grips logo.
So he left a half logo up there. Or in New Jersey, when we call it in Atlantic City, we'll call it craps, because if he doesn't make this, it's 7 out, pay the don'ts, lines away. Except I'm not going to do that to my own teammate. However, that leaves a 114, and what that also leaves is that we can see the deficit being cut down here, or even take the lead, depending on what he does. He knocks down the 10-pin.
Very, very good shot by Will. We're unbiased here.
You got a dog in the house.
I know. It might be a pit bull.
Could be a pit bull.
Yeah.
Read the name. See, it's people like you, just like you. It's
Or a cannibal. We got Hannibal in the house.
Come on.
Now, if you can extend the lead here with another strike, he does not. 4-pin. Someone's forgot her hat, or his hat. William needs to keep focus here because it's his teammate that's playing around here, a little shenanigans, which is all well and good. Shenanigans here are always welcome. Now it's Jay Kim that is trailing in this match as we go into the 7th frame. This is a very unfamiliar position. He is not trailed yet in the 7th frame in any of these matches until now. That's not going to help him. 3, 6, 9, 10.
And right there, he leaves the, I believe that is the 3, 6.
3, 6, 9, 10.
3, 6, 9, 10. He does. So this is one of the hardest spares to make because there's so many ways to miss it.
There's many ways to miss it, but there's a couple ways to make it.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Well, this is a bit, and also you need a spare to basically keep a little pressure on somebody, and he has great angle on that. Great angle on that, and he takes out.
Yeah, one of the better technical bowlers. He's really good on technique. He's got to work on those 10 pins apparently, but everything else he's really good on that technique.
Yeah,
it is now a 3-pin game as we go into the 8th frame of Game 5, and this is a game William Wahnon needs.
Yes, he's extremely precise. I bowl against him a lot of times to his I could attribute, to him being such a good bowler, and at times can be a detriment when you're so accurate because sometimes you want to hit a target so much. If you're not loose, it'll cost you.
Agreed completely. That, however, is a strike.
That is a great shot. Great shot. Nothing to say about that.
That's a huge pressure shot because what that does is this. What Jay Kim is saying is, you better strike out because if you don't, I will and I can win. Wahnon here. This ball needs to be a strike, and he trips the 4. Nice shot by Wahnon. He stays up there by 3 as we go into the 9th frame. Wahnon fired up.
Got to get fired up. Like I say, you either going to do something or you're going to get off the pot. And right now he's trying to do that. He's trying to do that all in the place. That pit bull is trying to do his business.
Right now, this is a huge shot in the 9th frame for him.
It's a real big shot. And a little tight. It needs to hurry.
And that is a bad lead for a number of reasons. First of all, he needs to get the spare.
Yeah, and spares right now are major. As a matter of fact, every single pin plays a factor in games like this. In games like this, you need every little thing.
So here's the situation. Best that William Wahnon can do is a 207, and here's why that was a bad shot. If Jay Kim goes out the door, it is a 224 that is game, set, and match. What it also means is that he needs a first strike in the 9th, first strike in the 10th, and count, and this one's over.
Well, you got to keep throwing good shots. Jay's been throwing good shots. He's made a couple of errors here and there, but he knows where he wants to hit. If he hits where he wants to hit and the ball hits how he wants it to hit, then he'll be packing up and he'll be driving off happy. But that's
way outside is right, and that's definitely not how we wanted it. 1, 2, 4, 10.
And that's exactly what we talk about, precision being a great attribute and a detriment at the same time. Because when you want to hit a specific target so much, sometimes it'll consume you to the point where you're not loose, and you will make those kind of errors. Precise errors as well as precise shots. Great cover.
Oh, that's a huge cover by Jay Kim. All of a sudden, we're now back down to a 3-pin game, and we go into the 10th. Math here is simple. If Jay Kim can outscore William by 3, it will be a tie, more than 3, and the match is over. If he doesn't, we're going to a game 6.
Yeah, big-time shot, big-time player, and he did what he was supposed to do.
Again, technical shot, but you're absolutely right. He wanted that ball somewhere. The ball didn't respond. And 3-pin game, here we go. Here's the first shot. That ball looks a lot better than what he did in the 9th frame, and there it is. I'm sure he's kicking himself for not throwing that in the 9th frame, because if he did that, this one's over. This one now not over. Jay Kim cannot shut out William Wahnon. So even if he goes out the door, William needs 2 and 8. The question becomes, does he need less?
Well, basically, what both all they want right now, all they want for the holidays is some carry. And right now, a little carry in this situation is going to go a long way. A little carry.
Jay is looking for carry. William is looking for Curry.
Exactly.
And I don't mean Andrew.
Hi,
Andrew Curry.
So there's a big second shot in the 10th frame. Very good. Let's see what happens here. That's a great shot. That's a great shot. So now, like you said before, Jay cannot shut out Will.
No.
So he's basically putting the ball in Will's hands.
Basically, what he needs to do right now, 4 pins forces William Wahnon to throw 2 strikes.
Yes.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. 7 pins forces him to shoot. Actually, no, wrong. 8 pins forces him. Actually, no, I was right before. 4. Good job, Gordon. 4 pins forces him to shoot 2.
Shout out to Pepper Math.
Pepper Math.
Very tense situation. And that's the tap that he didn't want before. No, it's not. Oh, I thought that was going to be a tap. That was a little.
No,
inside.
that
It was
one
a
looked
great
good.
shot.
Jay Kim strikes out 204. William needs 2 and 4 and 2 and 8, and Williams up to the line very quickly. First shot here has got to have it. He doesn't. There's the 4-pin, and it is it. That is game, set, and match. In a thrilling, and I mean thrilling, 5-game set here, Jay Kim is going to win this one, and Jay Kim will be going to December looking for a Cruiserweight title in his first ever Cruiserweight title match. It's going to get uglier. You and I are going to have another interview.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got it on camera. You can't deny it.
And yeah, it doesn't matter at this point.
What do we do?
So at the end of game 5, 204, 186, Jay Kim. Jay Kim's going to win with 4-1, and I'm about to have an interview. Oh, you want to do this one? All right. I'll let you do this one. There you go.
Yeah, good ball.
Thank you, sir.
All right, this is Sean that Facing. This is the voice of choice and Suicide Squad member talking to Jay Kim, who is now the new #1 contender for the UBA Northeastern Cruiserweight Championship. Jay, how can you best describe this match here at lovely Farmingdale Lanes?
I don't know how to describe this match. We're trading off to see who missed the most. Can't make 10 pins, can't make corner pins, but somehow it worked out. But yeah, it was a great match as always. You know, we knew we were gonna bowl each other sometime going up. Glad it turned out this way.
You got to find a way to win, and that's 2 squad members you beat. So now, Gordon, you got a problem on your hands. So now you got potential. You got potential smoke with squad now. Squad, we go hard, but not to take away from your win. You came through. You overcame adversity of what I like to call one of the tap houses of New York. You either go on tap or you go on carry, and Farmingdale, the lanes here must have known you was an out of towner because the lanes was giving you all kind of stuff. They was like, whose man's is this? But this is your first experience bowling here.
Yes.
What would you say to those who haven't bowled here or really haven't bowled in New York houses? And what would you say to do preparing to bowl in New York?
Honestly, this house is very tough. It's definitely a corner pin house. Yeah. If you attack at certain angles, you're guaranteed to leave a corner pin. So, my personal opinion, I flattened out, no hand in the ball, try to go straight up as possible. Okay. But suicide members, are
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. I'm sorry. It was kind of easy, so it's I don't know. I'm sure we'll see both you guys again.
Definitely look forward to it. Now, before we go, we have a Northeastern Cruiserweight Championship coming up at, again, the Northeastern Team Relay, November 24th. Sign up, get your team in there, do what you must do. Troy Gafkin, Carlos Jimenez. They're both competing. You have who's next. Do you have a preference on who you would like to face?
Honestly, I never care where I bowl, who I bowl. It's just bowling.
Well, there you go. A good brother with a good fight. And the fight rages on as he looks forward to having will this be your first Cruiserweight opportunity?
Yes.
First shot at his first title. All right. Pleasure having you. And back to you, Gordon. UBA all day.
Oh, no, I thought the interview that he gave was pretty good. Just any shout-outs, anything you want to say?
No, I just want to shout out to my team, my teammates, Gordon Pepper for showing up, helping me out. Everybody else who's taught me a little bit about this house before I came. But other than that, thank everybody.
Thank you. So at the end of this one, Jay Kim will be going for the Cruiserweight title in December. He defeats William Wahnon 4-1. From Farmingdale, this is Gordon Pepper signing off. Have yourself a good night.